I would argue that the ability to be impactful from a Christian perspective is much greater in the secular world than it is
100%.
in a company like Guidestone or hanging out with like-minded people at Prestonwood Baptist Church. I've got a buddy that's a business professor over at UTD, and he asked me to come in and talk to his class. And I talk about the markets and my background and whatnot. And I had a young man come up to me after the last time I was there a few weeks ago. And he told me he was going to go work at JP Morgan, right? Huge secular firm, big-time financial institution. And he said, and I was intrigued by the fact that you worked at Guidestone. I said, are you a believer? He said, yes. And he said, I'm a little worried about going into the secular world. And I said, look, I said, most of my career has been in the secular world. In fact, I started a Bible study at the place I worked before Guidestone at a secular company.
Amazing.
I said, but be bold. I said, that's where you can really make a difference. And people are going to see you by your actions, how you live, how you treat others. And they're going to say, there's something different about him. At Bonton Farms, we used to say, live a life that demands an explanation. And I said, so be bold about it. You're in the absolute best place to be to spread the word.
Live a life that demands an explanation. I love that.
Yeah.